Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Before starting the video, please subscribe and keep watching for more details videos. Coco Gauff tosses 16 double faults in quarterfinal loss to Jasmine Paolini at Cincinnati Open. The serving woes continued for Coco Gauff on Friday night in Cincinnati. The world number 2 fell in 3 sets, 2-6, 6-4, 6-3. to world number 9 Jasmine Paolini in the quarterfinals of the Cincinnati Open, lasting 2 hours and 3 minutes. Gauff, the current Roland Garros champion, has yet to advance to a semi-final in the North American hardcourt swing after losing in the round of 16 at the Canadian Open. "I tried to fight every point, and it worked," Paolini said on court after her victory. "I'm really happy. It was all looking positive in the first set for the American, racing out to a 6-2 win. She broke Paolini's serve 3 times, won 82.4% of her first serve points, and tallied 2 aces. The second set was closer, as both players exchanged service holds. It appeared that Gauff's relentless athleticism and defense would be too much for Paolini, as it was in her 2 previous victories over the Italian on hard courts. But the American began to lose her serve as the set progressed. The first serve was at 53.6%. but the double faults increased to 5. Paolini broke Gauff 3 consecutive times to take the set 6-4. To start the third set, Gauff was broken after tossing 3 double faults in her opening service game alone. Paolini had a slight left ankle roll but was able to progress, not requiring a full medical timeout or tape. After being down a break 3-1, Gauff broke Paolini's serve to get back in the set. She finally held serve to break a streak of 5 consecutive breaks. But it wasn't enough, as Paolini broke Gauff at 4-3 for a 7th time to take a 5-3 lead. The Italian completed the rally, yelling to her team in celebration after Gauff tossed a forehand in the net, one of her 62 unforced errors in the match. Paolini won despite losing serve 7 times and recording 7 winners. Gauff tossed 16 double faults for the match, a troubling trend that was evident at the Canadian Open. In 3 matches played in Canada, the 21-year-old recorded 42 double faults, with her 3-set victory against Danielle Collins reaching 23. Her serve was looking under control in Cincinnati until Friday. Paolini improves to 3-2 head-to-head against Gauff. She is into her 3rd WTA 1000 semifinal of 2025, after winning her home Italian Open in May. Paolini, the current Roland Garros doubles champion, will face Veronika Kudermetova in the semifinal Sunday. Gauff heads to the U.S. Open looking to win her 2nd slam of 2025. She won in Flushing Meadows, her first slam, in 2023. Gauff lost in the round of 16 to compatriot Emma Navarro at last year's U.S. Open, where she tallied 19 double faults. Her serve will need to be better if she wants to have a deep run in New York. This article originally appeared in The Athletic. The Ohio sky was a soft gray blanket above center court on Thursday evening, but inside the lines, storm clouds were gathering, not overhead within. Coco Gauff, 21 and already a Grand Slam champion, had entered the Cincinnati Open quarterfinals as a favorite, not just to win this match, but possibly the whole tournament. A fixture in the top 5 for over a year, her speed, intelligence, and charisma had made her the face of the next generation of tennis. But as she faced Italy's Jasmine Paolini, a gritty, undersized giant slayer, who had been carving her own surprising path through the draw, something unexpected unraveled in Gauff's game. 16 double faults. The number hung heavy in the post-match air like a statistic carved into stone. It wasn't just the count. It was the timing, the body language, the silence between points that told the real story. "I just couldn't find my rhythm today," Gauff told reporters after her 6-4, 3-6, 7-5 loss. "It's one of those days you want to forget, but also know you can't." The anatomy of a breakdown. From the first toss of the ball, it was clear that Gauff's serve was off. Her trademark pre-serve routine, the bounce, the glance at the strings, the pause, looked rushed, almost nervous. Her toss was erratic, too high, too far behind her, too far to the left. The double faults began early and arrived often, not just at inconsequential moments, but at break points, game points, set points. The crowd murmured in confusion. Coco is too smart a player, too seasoned now to allow this. Isn't she? But there it was, 6 double faults in the first set alone, including one that handed Paolini the set on a silver platter. What followed wasn't a collapse, but a strange dance between brilliance and self-destruction. Gauff's ground game, typically her saving grace, came alive in the second set. She used her trademark backhand down the line to stunning effect, baiting Paolini into longer rallies and winning the big points. She looked like the player fans expected. But even as she won the second set, there was an edge of fragility. Every time she stepped to the line to serve, the air grew thinner. You could almost feel 11,000 people holding their breath, not in anticipation, but in hope. Hope that the ball would land in. Paolini's patience. Jasmine Paolini is not the player who hits you off the court. She doesn't carry the hype machine on her back. But what she does have is poise. At 29, she's a late bloomer by tennis standards, but her recent rise into the top 20 has been fueled by an ability to stay in rallies and outlast pressure. And she smelled blood. Paolini didn't play a flashy match. She didn't need to. She simply waited. Waited for the second serve to drop. Waited for the momentum swings to circle back. Waited for Gauff's serve to betray her again. It did. At 5-5 in the final set, a double fault on break point gave Paolini the chance she'd been looking for. She served out the match with quiet determination. She didn't scream. She didn't collapse to her knees. She just smiled, waved to the crowd, and walked to the net with the calm satisfaction of a player who understood what she had just done. More than a number. It would be easy to reduce Gauff's loss to that statistic, 16 double faults. But to do so would miss the deeper truth about what happened on court, and what happens to all athletes under pressure. The serve in tennis is the only shot you control entirely. No opponent, no wind, no bounce, just you and the ball. It's both a sanctuary and a spotlight. And when it deserts you, it doesn't just affect your game. It eats at your confidence. The crowd sees the numbers, but only the player feels the silence in their own head. Was it mechanical? Maybe. Gauff has worked to retool her serve over the years. A slightly altered toss, a higher elbow, more rotation in the hips. When it works, it's beautiful. But when it breaks, it unravels everything. Was it mental? Probably. The weight of expectation doesn't go away just because you've lifted a Grand Slam trophy. In fact, it grows. After winning the U.S. Open last year, Gauff stopped being a promising star and became a symbol of American tennis, of Gen Z brilliance, of black excellence. Symbols don't get bad days, but people do. The quiet after the storm. In the press room afterward, Gauff didn't hide behind platitudes. She owned the performance, even smiled wryly when asked about the double faults. It was ugly, she said, but you learn more from the ugly days sometimes. She still has time. She still has the game. One bad match doesn't rewrite a legacy in progress, but it does leave a scar. A reminder. Outside the stadium, a group of young girls in tennis gear huddled near the player exit, clutching oversized tennis balls and Sharpies. When Gauff finally emerged, hoodie up and headphones around her neck, she paused. She looked tired. Not defeated. Just human. She signed everyone. A glitch, not a pattern. It's tempting in sports to mythologize every stumble. But not every loss is a prophecy. Sometimes it's just a bad day. Coco Gauff will serve again and better. She will double fault again, but less. And somewhere, under brighter skies and steadier hands, she'll raise another trophy. Maybe not in Cincinnati. Maybe not this summer. But soon. For now, though, the tape will play back those 16 moments, 16 small fault lines in the architecture of her game. And from them, something stronger will be built. Final score. Jasmine Paolini def. Coco Gauff, 6-4, 3-6, 7-5. Double faults, Gauff 16. But as always, the numbers don't tell the whole story.